Well, Donald Trump is not Vladimir Putin's only friend in America right now. As a noted conspiracy theorist and vocal critic of U.S. support to Ukraine, Tucker Carlson is already well known as a bit of a Kremlin mouthpiece. So in his 2-hour interview with Vladimir Putin in Moscow this week, it's no surprise he mostly just sat there as Putin effectively steamrolled him with revisionist history and disinformation. Now, Tucker can take some modicum of credit for asking Putin to release Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, who's an actual reporter who's been wrongfully detained in Russia on false charges of espionage. But for the most part, this wasn't an interview at all. It was a platform. And by giving Putin that platform without pushing back on many of the most outrageous claims, Tucker handed Putin a big PR victory. Notably, Tucker did not challenge Putin's baseless accusation that the United States orchestrated a coup in Ukraine in 2014. It was also silent when Putin made the obviously false historical claim that Poland, not Nazi Germany, was responsible for starting World War II. At the same time, Tucker never called Putin's unprovoked attack on Ukraine an invasion. He never asked about Russian atrocities or the targeting of civilian infrastructure. He never asked about Putin's political crackdowns or Russia's rigged elections or his assault on democratic institutions around the world. In fact, Tucker later said he thought Putin, a war criminal, was sincere in justifying his claims of Ukrainian territory. The thing is, Tucker might be useful to Putin, but he's no idiot at all. I mean, deep down, he must know that his public admiration of a Russian autocrat is a bit disingenuous and opportunistic. That's because Tucker used to express a whole lot of skepticism when it came to Putin and Russia, and he did so when he was on this very network.
I'll tell you this, as James Carville once said to me, and I thought it was a particularly insightful point, he said, I wouldn't get on a Russian elevator. Well, again, if I could just end by saying, I think it's quite a stretch, though awfully generous of you, to add Russia and China to the list of so-called civilized nations, but you're a big-hearted guy.
The way they want
it. Doesn't have our interests at heart. I mean, we can cross the street to save our lives. What do you really know about Vladimir Putin? We dig up the dirt on the man running Russia these days. The struggle between the British and Russian governments over the poisoning death of a former Russian spy in London heats up. Why are the Russians refusing to cooperate in the investigation? Do they have something to hide? Of course they do.
Back then, Tucker also referred to Putin as a dictator and repeatedly slammed Russia for helping Iran's nuclear program. So while Tucker says he doesn't doubt Putin's sincerity, we certainly have reason to doubt his.